yeye ndio mshindi, the winner of 20 kilometers walk, William 2. Grace. Huyu ni Grace Wanjiro. Basi DJ ni hakika unatupata kwa njia iliyo safi kabisa. Kule chini niko hapa juu, na bila shaka mambo sawa.
Mali hata sijui under 18 sasa mimi
off. Good morning.
Day 2 of the national trials for the Olympics and we're here at Kasarani Stadium. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing mic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Day 2 of the national Olympic trials right here at Kasarani Stadium, and we're here to witness plenty of action. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 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 This is the national Olympic trial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A very good morning wherever you are. This is day 2 of the National Olympic Trials right here at Kasarani Stadium, and we are in for plenty of action today, including the just race, the 20-kilometer Samuel Gatimba taking the first position charity. It seems to be a very good day.
Gatimba seems to be more excited. You see even the dance. Yeah, he's made it to the Olympics. This is the second time that he's going to be at the Olympics. I think it explains the dance that he's performing right now.
Started at around 8 a.m. in the morning, and it's been quite an eventful day. And you can see he's trying to do some
I'm not even sure what he's doing.
Yes, remember in the gold medalist athletics championship that's in 2019, and it's one of the athletes shown that he has the resilience and the capability of bringing a medal to the Olympics in the same discipline.
Gatimba is well experienced. Gatimba also, when he went for the Rio Olympics, there was some mishap and was not able to finish. I think those are some of the mistakes that he's going to be correcting this time round, because he's got a second chance. He went again for the Commonwealth Games. He made it and won. He had a podium finish.
Exactly. But we also have the women race finishing earlier with the Africa 2016 champion, silver medalist, that is Emily Gill, winning ahead of Sylvia Kemboy and Grace Bridge. It's a race that also plenty of action can happen, and as we wait for Gatimba to come and let's say give us his own views. Charity, as we wait for Gatimba.
Yeah, we're waiting for Gatimba to just catch his breath right now. Samuel Gatimba,
Yes.
how are you? I'm happy. How do you feel today? How was the race?
It was very better than the other game that I had here in yesterday.
I explained the dance to us. We've seen you dancing a lot today.
I'm a musician, although on my best is dancing. Yes, I'll be a singer later. Yes.
2016 Rio Olympics, you didn't finish.
Yes.
This time round, what will be your strategy at Tokyo?
This time I'm more prepared than the Olympics, and I know I'm going to do better than that time, 2016. Yes.
Thank you so much. One more last question. You mostly when you go for the tournament, you're with your friend Washira. This time round, you're going to miss him. How will that work for you?
Oh, so sad because I'll be lonely, but God is on my side. Yes.
All the best. Thank you. That was Samuel Gatimba talking about his strategy for the Tokyo Olympics that will be there. Having not finished during the Rio Olympics event. Now, what do you tell about this race?
As he said that he'll be lonely because he's the only Kenyan who's qualified for the 20-kilometer men walk. And it's not really what he wanted because his compatriots have not really qualified with the stipulated time that is 1 hour 21 minutes. That was the official qualification time that was placed by the Olympic the IOC, and you can see it's only him who's made it because even coming prior to this race he already posted a time of 1 minute 20 seconds, and which was within the stipulated time. So all we wish for is for him to maybe try and get that elusive medal in the discipline, get that elusive medal that we've not seen Kenya have in the 20-kilometer men. But as we were saying previously, also the 20-kilometer women, we could see Emily Ngii winning the race with Sylvia Kemboi coming in second and Grace Dioti coming in third. But again, there are other events that's going to happen today after this 20-kilometer men walk that is just underway with Samuel Gatimba tearing the field apart, but I can see Violet coming in. Maybe she's coming in. She's really trying, as you can see in your pictures. But then the 200 semi-final women, the first semi-final will be taking place after this, with the second women semi-final also taking place after the 20-kilometer men and women walk that is currently underway. But then there's a good field in the 200 meters women, especially the first semi-final where Maureen Thomas and Veronica Kamumbe will be trying to beat the time of 22 minutes and 22 seconds and 22.80 seconds that has been placed for qualification.
Yeah, it's quite sad that it's only that Gatimba this time around will be going for the Tokyo Olympics. During 2016, we had 3 athletes, Grace Wanjiru, and Samuel Washira and Simon Gatimba. Yeah, that time there were 3, and it happened. They qualified during the Asaba World Championships. Africa. Here comes Washira. Washira is looking forward to shed off about 3 minutes. I don't know if he'll have made it, but hopefully he will because he's a training partner to Gatimba.
But then on the flip side of it, it can help Gatimba maybe attain the best preparations ahead of the Tokyo Olympics.
Yeah, that would be better. Maybe if the African Championships that was supposed to be held in Algiers and then cancelled because of COVID, and then Nigeria said that they were going to host, it was cancelled again. Maybe that competition would have given them a better place to qualify, because right now athletes were just training, not sure which event will go on, which one is so they were just training to maintain their bodies. And then again the trials were put a bit earlier because mostly the trials are usually held end of June, so that the Team Kenya goes in for 1 month camp, but this time round they'll be in the camp for a longer period.
Exactly, and as we wait for the 20-kilometer men and women to end, there goes Violet going to finish her race. She's not going to qualify, but she's really trying to make sure she finishes. You know, just starting a race is one thing, and finishing a race is also another thing.
Yeah. What's worrying about the women's walking race? It's because Grace Wanjiru has been there. She's been holding on for so long. And she's been holding the Africa titles for a long time, and now that she's on her way to retirement, what's worrying is that there will be no other ladies to take in. However, Emily Ngi is a probable. She is likely to take over after Grace says goodbye to walking.
Career because she's headed to the top, so it's quite tough to see. There's nobody who's going to succeed this amazing race to the 20-kilometer walk. But then for the event of the day, as earlier, the 200 meters women's first semi-final will be taking place after this, and that is Ngiti.
Ndingiti is a world under 18 silver medalist. Ndingiti has been looking forward for a long time to make it for Tokyo Olympics. He's been training. He was also among the athletes that were during the bubble camp that was organized by the National Olympics Committee. It's also quite unfortunate for him that he will not make it his first Olympics. However, he's still young and he can still make it to many more Olympics.
Yes, and we're talking about the 200 meters women, the first semi-final will take place, the second semi-final, then will be followed by the javelin women final, short put, and then we want to see another race again today. The 200 meters men, first and second semi-finals. You all saw what happened yesterday. Records being broken right here at Kasarani Stadium. But today we're in yet for another spectacle. Do you think that Mark and Ferdinand can actually make it again? A double?
I'm not sure, but you know, for springs right now, we are just ready for any surprises that will be there. Yeah, we'll be ready for surprises. And then after the 200 meters, there will be long jump, men and women, and then the 4x400 mixed relay, and then the 10,000 meters men final. It's been a long while since Kenya won a gold in the 10,000 meters. And hopefully this time round we shall be having people like Tanui upgrading their medals.
And there we see almost crossing the line, is finishing third in the men 20-kilometer walk. The weather has also contributed to this, but I believe it's high time that we got at least two. Maybe in the future we see 2 or 3 athletes that are participating in the 20-kilometer men walk.
Yeah, after now the walk is over. We are going to now to go to the normal field events. That is, this first event will be the 200 meters women javelin. Tomorrow actually it will be the men. Diego already qualified, but here he'll just be testing how his training is actually. And then there is the shot put men, the 200 men and semi-finals, long jump. We have
4x4.
Yeah.
That's the mixed final. And
Yeah.
Kenya has really excelled in this discipline in the recent past. In the African continent.
Yes.
Yeah, we also, especially, it reminds me of the juniors, the IWF juniors, that was in 2018 when we won gold right here in this stadium. But right now we have a test for the global scene, the Olympic Games.
Yeah, it is open. And the other interesting final that is going to have today is the women's steeplechase. There we have the former world champion Haivin Kieng, world record holder, and world champion Beatrice Chepkoech, and many more. And even Selfin Chepspol is there. Those are guys to watch. Those are the ladies to watch in the steeplechase.
In the 20-kilometer walk, remember this is the taking place here at the stadium. It's an event that will end tomorrow, Saturday tomorrow, June the 19th, right here at Kasarani. But from yesterday, we've seen plenty of action, but no major surprises as it stands.
Yesterday was quite okay.
Yes, that's a heavier person.
Yeah.
It's been a tough morning for him, just trying to clear the races. Yeah, we are talking about yesterday.
Yesterday already Marco Tieno, Ferdinand Manyala, they booked their ticket. Helen Obiri also booked us, and Lilian Kasait, they booked their ticket. Actually, we'll be waiting to know who will be named the third. And also we had the women's 200 meters semi-finals going on. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, and as it stands, only one country has qualified for the Olympics today. Gatimba. But then still tickets. So many tickets are on grabs today. But the 200 meters semi-final women. Look at the qualification times. Diana Chebet has the best. It is Ann Bata who has the best qualification time in heat 2. Monica Safania of National Police Service.
In the 200 women, heat 1 will be a bit slower, but the people to watch in heat 1 will be Maureen Thomas. Maureen made her name known in the athletics world when she was a teenager, and then she disappeared for a while, and now she's making a comeback. And then we have Diana Chebet. When you go to heat 2, the women's semi-final, we have Maureen Wafula and Joanne Cherono and Doreen Waka. Those will be among, there will be a stiff competition among us those three.
And heading into this Joanne Cherono, it's Maureen Thomas who has a personal best of 24.69 seconds. It's not a bad time as it stands, but I know she can improve. She saw records to improve yesterday. Perhaps it might be some inspiration.
Yes, there is also another athlete to watch in the women's 200. That will be Evangeline McCain and Denya. Evangeline, she trained for the World Relays, but she was not able to go. Unfortunately, she got COVID, and she tested. She didn't have to go. She didn't go again. And then in the javelin, I don't know. Maybe we get some surprises. The one who go over 64 meters, and then in the short put men, we have guys there. Benson Maina has a 16.32 meters throw, and they'll be looking to qualify with a 21 meter throw. In the men's semi-final 200 semi-final 1, we have Moses Wasike. He has a time of 21.14 seconds. Hesbron Ochieng of Prisons 21.35 seconds. And then we have a Ugandan, Adome Pius of Uganda. His time has not been yet indicated. Mark Kangede of Strathmore is also. There will be competition among those. There is Marco Tieno also is there. So it will be a bit slower, but Mark will have to be the fastest in that heat. And then in the second semi-final, we have Mike Mokamba, Peter Mwai, Ferdinand Manyala. There will be a lot of competition among those also.
Definitely, because you look at the times in the second semi-final, that is the 200 meters semi-final. Four athletes in the second heat, the second semi-final, each posting under 20 second time. It's possible to qualify at least to qualify for this.
Asante sana, tunaweza kuketi. Mgeni wetu rasmi siku ya leo, Naibu Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa Daktari Samoei Ruto, Rais wa Chama cha Riadha cha Kenya, na hali kadhalika Rais wa National Olympic, wageni mashuhuri ambao wamefika hapa siku ya leo. Tungependa kuchukua fursa hii mgeni wetu rasmi kukukaribisha katika uwanja huu wa Moi International Sports Center Kasarani, ikiwa ni siku ya pili ya majaribio ya michezo ama kupenda mashindano ya Olimpiki. Tuliweza kuwa hapa tangu jana, na kwa sasa bila shaka namkaribisha Rais wa Chama cha Riadha cha Kenya, Luteni Jenerali mstaafu Japtoi kuendelea na ratiba. Rais wa Chama cha Riadha cha Kenya.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, na wageni wote ambao wamekuja hapa leo. Tunakukaribisha hapa Kasarani leo kwa sababu ya mchezo ambayo tuko naye ya kuchagua timu ya kwenda Olympics. Program yetu ilianza jana na itaendelea leo na tunamaliza kesho. Kesho ndio tutachagua ile timu ambayo itaenda Olympics kabla hatuja hand over kwa chef de mission ambaye atapeleka hiyo timu mpaka Tokyo Olympics. Already tumechagua marathoners, so kesho tunachagua wale wa track and field ambaye nimesema tumeanza jana. Leo tuko na wageni wengine mashuhuri ambao wako hapa. Tuko na Dr. Paul Tergat ambaye yuko hapa, tunaweza kusimama uonekana na watu wengine. Yeye ndio mkubwa ya National Olympic Committee of Kenya, na yeye ndio atachukua hiyo timu ya kwenda Olympics huko. Ambaye hapo naye ni Dr. Kipchoge Keino ambaye pia alikuwa mkubwa ya Olympics, haja amestaafu, lakini amefanya kazi nzuri sana kwa muda mrefu. Hapo tuko na Paul Mutui ambaye ni Vice President wa Athletics Kenya, na tuko na Director General ya Sports Kenya ambaye these facilities ni zake. Pia tuko na chef de mission ambaye yuko hapa, yeye ndio anachukua sasa timu ya kwenda Olympics. Na wageni wengi ambao wako hapa, tuko na Kipchoge ambaye he is leading the marathon team ambaye atakuwa and is going to be the defending champion huko Tokyo, na wageni wengi ambao wamekuja hapa. So kwa haya machache, Your Excellency, nitachukua nafasi kukualika useme jambo kwa wageni ambao wamekuja hapa leo. Kwa bahati mbaya, kwa sababu ya COVID-19 hatukukubalia watu waje kwa kiwanja kuja kuangalia mchezo, so we don't have any spectators, lakini wale ambao wamekuja hapa ni wachezaji kutoka nchi yetu mbalimbali. Pia tuko na wachezaji kutoka Uganda, na tuko na wachezaji kutoka South Sudan, na wachezaji kutoka Tanzania. So hao ndio wageni ambao tuko na wao, na tunaendelea na mchezo wetu. So kwa haya machache, Your Excellency, ni kualike kwa heshima useme maneno chache kwa hao wachezaji ambao wako hapa na wale wageni ambao wamekuja. Your Excellency.
Asante sana Rais wa Chama ya Riadha nchini Kenya, viongozi wale wengine wote, wanariadha na sportsmen and women wale wengine wote, hamjambo. I want, on behalf of many friends of athletics and many friends of sportsmen and women in our republic, and on behalf of the government of Kenya, to say us the team that will represent our country later next month in Tokyo in the Olympics competition that will be going on in Japan. I want to say on behalf of the government of Kenya that we are proud of the performance, of the record, and of the representation of our sportsmen and women in the international and regional stage. We are always proud that there is collaboration between the various federations that will eventually give us the team of men and women to represent our country in the Olympics. As a government, we have worked with sports administration in Kenya in the last almost 10 years, and we have seen gradually improvement in the relationship, in the workings, and in the recognition of our sportsmen and women as they represent our country, as they display their talents, and as they provide the ambassadorship of our nation. You have carried our nation and provided a good representation of our nation internationally. You have been great ambassadors. I want every sportsman and woman to know that the government of Kenya recognizes that you have been wonderful ambassadors of our nation. Kenya is known internationally for many things, for coffee, for tea, for horticulture, but sports and our athletes stand out tall as ambassadors of our nation. Continue to display, and the government of Kenya will work with you to ensure that our sportsmen and women have the best possible support to make sure that they represent our country well, and that we are all moving together with our sportsmen in profiling our country positively for now and for the future. Mr. President, I want to say in brief that my presence here confirms the support of the government of Kenya to all our sportsmen and women as they prepare themselves for athletics, for the competition in Tokyo later next month. And we are going to journey with you as every sportsman and woman participates in the Olympics in Japan. They should be assured that the government of Kenya will stand with them, and the commitment that we have made that every sportsman and woman who comes back with a gold or a bronze or a silver, there will be cash rewards and recognition by the government of Kenya for the efforts our sportsmen and women are doing. And I want to say to all those who are competing today, put your best foot forward. Those of us who are watching from here, we want the best man to win. And that is why we have come here to cheer you. And that is the spirit of sports. Those who will win today will go forward. Those who will not make it today, there is a next time. And we should go and prepare well for the next competition. Asanteni sana, nawatakia baraka. Thank you.
Asante sana. Basi mmesikia bila shaka hotuba yake mgeni wetu rasmi katika mashindano haya ya siku ya pili ya majaribio ya mashindano ya Olimpiki. Na mbele yetu rasmi, bila kupoteza wakati, tunaanza na shindano la mita 200 nusu fainali upande wa kinadada. Basi kumbuka, ni siku ya pili ya majaribio haya. Tuliweza kuanza hapo jana na tutakuwa hapa hadi kesho, siku ya tatu na ya mwisho, ambapo timu ya Kenya ambayo itatuwakilisha katika mashindano ya Olimpiki kule Tokyo, Japan, itaweza kutajwa rasmi. Na bila shaka naibu rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya amesema wanariadha wote ambao watachaguliwa kuweza kuwakilisha Kenya waende ama wasafiri salama na waweze kupeperusha bendera ya Kenya kama kawaida. Na basi, wapenzi wa riadha, tunaanza na shindano la mita 200 kinadada, ambalo litakuwa ni shindano la nusu fainali, wakitafuta tiketi ya kuingia fainali. Kumbuka lini ni 8, na katika nusu fainali wanariadha ni 16. Asubuhi ya leo tumeweza kuwa na shindano la walk upande wa kinadada na hali kadhalika wanaume. Basi katika nusu fainali ya kwanza, washiriki ni kama ifuatavyo. Lini ya kwanza ni Diana Chebet wa National Police. Lini ya pili ni Leni Chepkogei wa magereza, na lini ya tatu ni Caroline Mwende wa majeshi. Lini ya 8 ni Chafet Nyamahunge wa Uganda. Haya, sheria msumeno. sheria atakayefanya bila shaka.
And there we are for the 200 women semi-final one. 8 participants: Diana Chebet of National Police Service, Nelly Chepkogei from Prisons, Carol Mwende from KDF, Maureen Thomas, National Police Service. She's the favorite in this first semi-final. Then there is Veronica Mutua, Maximilia Imali, there is Machoka, and Nyamahunge from Uganda. She was also here yesterday for the 100 meters. We are getting ready for the first women 200 meter semi-final that will be taking place shortly. Remember, the qualification time is 22.80 seconds. That is the official qualification time as we get ready for the 200 meters first semi-final. There we go, the first semi-final of the 200 meters women one, and there we go. And the Ugandan Nyamahunge has it at a time of 24.12. Diana and Mwende coming in close, but then it was a close contest. This one, the Ugandan taking it home.
Yeah, it is better for them this time round. I didn't expect that they will run a bit in this weather like this and give faster times for us.
Yeah, definitely, and as we can see, it's not what we expected, because out of the 8 who are supposed to run, only 4 made it, and it's Namuhunge who takes it home at a time of 24 seconds, and it's below the qualification time. It's something that is really a worry, because for the sprints the athletes have been struggling, especially under this weather, the altitude and everything else.
The next race is the second semi-final. We have Maureen Wafula and of Prisons, and Mbadha Ndura, who has a time of 25.69. Joanne Cherono of National Police Service, which is she has a time of 24.86 seconds. Doreen Waka of Prisons, she has a time of 25.21 seconds. Monica Safina of National Police Service also, she has a time of 24 seconds, 24.62.
The fastest semi-final there. Nyamuhunge taking home 24.11. Carol Mwende finishing second, 25.34. Diana Chebet 25.89. Nelly Chepkogei from Prisons 27%. But then your athlete did not finish. Your favorite, Maureen Thomas, was disqualified.
What happened?
What happened? It happened. Starts in the 100 meters men final, and eventually we had 6 athletes coming in. But today, 3 athletes being disqualified. They did not start. And looking at the semi-final, Maureen Wafula from Kenya Police Service, there is Ann Mbata, Joan Cherono, Doreen Monica Safania, Katenya, Susan Nyambura, Cherono. What do you expect of this field?
In this race, only the competition will be between Joanne Cherono, Maureen Wafula, and Monica Safina, and Mary Ndenya. They have been among the beneficiaries of the bubble camp that was organized here and that was being hosted here at the Kasarani. For them, training at an altitude of 1865 meters above sea level, that is quite impressive. For yes.
And that means that at least they're trying to post times that might be impressive if they don't even make it to the. And there we go.
4 also.
There we go, just crossing the line in 25.56 seconds is Wafula, Maureen Wafula. 25.56 is the official time.
Followed by Doreen Walker
Yes.
of Prisons.
So unfortunate that it's not going to be within the time set for qualification, but then they've made it to the final. I think it's time maybe they can make amends and try close that bridge. That we think that can happen.
Everything is going to go well. Perhaps we're joined by Chairman Barnabas Korim. Koril, we are grateful about the event. Let's talk about today is the second day. What are some of your expectations?
Yeah, we have the final of the 10,000 meters today for the men, and that's where we are looking into, and then of course the semi-finals of other events. And yesterday was a big day for 100 meters, 5,000 meters for the women. It was our expectation for the athletes who did the 5,000 was okay. That surprised us most of the 100 meters from Manila. So I think today also we want to see fireworks. We have very good athletes in those events, and we look forward now to get a very strong final for tomorrow as we conclude the trials for the Olympics.
And Chairman, you've been among the guys who have been fighting hard for the bubble camp for the athletes. Are we going to see more of this for the bubble camp, especially for the sprinters?
Yes, we discussed this morning with National Olympic Committee as the General Chief Manager. Yes, we have run a very strong discussion for that area. We want to see how the bubble camp will work. We have Kasarani here as an area, because other teams are already in the rugby team, men and women. We have also volleyball and like and boxing. We want to see now where our athletes from West Kenya will fit in. That's what we are still discussing now. We make sure that we have a bubble camp and kind of work on our ratio.
As the team manager of Team Kenya, perhaps you could tell us maybe a little bit about the athletic side, boxers, volleyball.
Yes, of course, athletics is the main federation that will bring in. That's why we find that everyone is excited to see what we have. The effects of coronavirus, of course, has affected athletes, and of course it is also universal. It's affected all the other countries. So we are hoping that ours will do well. We have seen some results which they competed outside the country during the time morning. They did very well. And on the other hand, also we have athletes from other countries that are so well. So it's going to be a very competitive event. And then we realize maybe after the resting a little bit, then it gives us more strength to compete. And that's why we see the results which are extraordinary good. So maybe that influences and they have the good results. So we hope that this is
One last question. For the field events, last time actually for race walking you had 3 athletes. This time round you'll be having maybe 1 or...
Yeah, we are hoping that, of course, we have javelin. Diego has already qualified. We have another athlete that might also qualify in the javelin. Aicham also. We have one athlete who might qualify. We are hoping that they do that. Otherwise, we have a weak team in field events, which we need to change so that in the future we have a strong team.
Okay, thank you so much, Chairman. That was the Athletics Nairobi Chairman, Barnabas Koril. He's the team manager for the National Olympics Committee, and the team, he's going to be managing the guys from volleyball, boxing, rugby, karate, and any other. He's going to be taking care of any other business that is needed to ensure that Team Kenya has an easy time in Tokyo.
Yeah, definitely, and very wise words coming from him. He says that maybe in the future they'll try and improve, see the presentation and participation in the global events take shape. And the first main the 200 meters.
Kangede.
Time of 21.29.
That is impressive.
That was quite a race. It's something that we are yet to witness these athletes do in a long time. They posted very impressive times today.
Yeah, there is someone I was missing here, Marco Tieno. I thought he would be competing in this first heat.
Yes, as we talked about this, so many athletes have been disqualified. You saw the women race where so many athletes were disqualified with only 4 taking part in the semi-final from each of the 2 semi-final groups, pairings rather. And look at what Kenya has done. Just squeezing in. Yeah, and it's something that strings are coming up.
Mark Kangede has clocked in 21.28 seconds. Samuel Wanjiro of KDF 21.47 seconds. Adrome Pius of Uganda 21.56 seconds. Odoro Chieng of Prison 21.90.
Marco Tieno was disqualified.
No, he did not finish. He did not compete. Maybe after yesterday, maybe he decided to take it. Yeah.
Something that by day, what does he need? He's already qualified for the Olympics.
Maybe he'll know. Maybe if he will double, or his target was the 100 meters. Yeah, it depends with what the athlete does. Sometimes they want to enter for the 2 events, and then they opt for the stronger one, the one that they're better at. Mostly they pick the one that they have already qualified in. Yes.
Semi-final number 2, that is the 200 meter men. Semi-final number 2, where we have 8 athletes. I hope they all start. Joshua Ndombi, Wanjiru, Chamwai, Omanyala, and Scott Benson.
Yeah, the athletes, they're just setting in at the blocks right now, hoping that everything will be better for tomorrow.
Basi shindano la kilomita 20 matembezi chini alikuwa kwa upande wa wanaume ni Samuel Gatimba ambaye aliweza kushinda mashindano hayo. Samuel Gatimba wa Magereza aliweza kutembea upande wa kilomita 20 na kuweza kufuzu kwa michezo ya Olimpiki. Ndio mwanariadha pekee ambaye amefuzu kwa michezo ya Olimpiki katika shindano la World. Samuel Gatimba wa Magereza. Pati ya pili Simon Wachira KDF. Pati ya tatu
Greg, also the women javelin is going on, hoping that they'll be able to reach 64 meters each. And on the javelin side, we have Mother Nzanze Musai of Southern. She's made a meter. She has had a throw of 49.39 meters. We have Dorothy Chepngetich of National Police. Her throw is 44 meters. Jane Chepleting of KDF. Her throw is personal best is 42.96 meters. Jemaima Ndano of National Police. Her throw is also 41.05 meters. And Eva Kamundia of KDF. Her throw is 36.27. And for them to make it to 64, they will have to dig in deep. What the energy that they have and see how far they can make it. Maybe if they don't qualify, at least they can be able to get a place in the world rankings right now.
Definitely, because you look at the timing, the distance the best is 49, which is way below the 64 meters that is required.
Well, that's why Coril said that in future they want to see more and more field athletes going to represent Team Kenya at the Olympics, because when you have athletes, remember what happened during Beijing World Championships 2015. The medal from Yego, the medal from the late Nicholas Bett, those ones added for Team Kenya to make it go to the top of the world. That's when they came singing top of the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So you also need the sprinters and the field event athletes, the field athletes, so that you can also make it to the top of the medals.
Yes, and remember there is also the short put men final that is also underway. Benson Maina, Peter Mwangi, Leonard Bett, Frederick Chumba, Caleb Chepkwony and Vincent Tuikong of KDF. But look at it again, the distance each has posted. It's not really within the 21.1 meters that is supposed, because you look at Maina, Maina and Mwangi sharing the best throws, that is 16.32 meters. Leonard Bett 14.48, Frederick Chumba 13.49, Caleb Chepkwony and Vincent Tuikong posting 12 meters.
Yeah.
We still have a long way to go.
Yeah, we still have a long way to go. However, you see, this last year, this year, we've not had a lot of competition in Africa and even locally. So athletes were not able to know what to sharpen on because of the physical distance that one has to keep because of COVID. So maybe next year things will be much better.
We hope that next time things will be much better. As we await for the second semi-final, the men 200 meters, so much taking place down there, as you can see. 8 participants. Of course, Benson from Uganda, there's Omanyala, there's Muai, there's Asamba, Mokamba, Okware, Wanjiku, and Ndombi. Yes, we hope they'll post better times than what we have right now.
The fastest in this second heat is
it's
Mike Mukamba. Mike Mukamba, you know, his father was also a sprinter.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a family of athletics. Yeah, there is also Peter Moy. Yeah, those ones are actually, they were also in that bubble camp that went for the world relays. Yes.
And how effective has this bubble been for some of the athletes?
For the athlete, it was, for sprinters, that was quite a big deal, because when the country was locked down because of COVID, most fields where they go to train were also locked. Gym they were not be able to access, but here at the Kasarani International Stadium, they were able to access gym, track to practice. They had coaches being looked after, because sprints is quite an expensive sport, and when you're doing it out of your pocket, things are not quite easy. So they depend on a lot on the federation.
And as we await for the second semi-final of the 200 men to take place, they are getting ready for the start. Just an observation on how COVID protocols have been observed here. It's something that gives hope heading into the World Athletics Under 20 Championship. That will be held right here at Kasarani.
Yes. In a few days to come, there will also be the World Under 20 trials. There's the same venue. It's quite a busy week and a busy month for athletics, and it's quite entertaining. That's where you'll find the future favorites, Ellen Obiris, you'll find them here. That's where they all started. It's a tight finish. But Okot of Uganda has taken the race.
Finishing at a time of 21.14 seconds. This is faster than the first semi-final.
Yes, because it has more experienced athletes. They've been racing in this track for quite some time now.
And that shows that the Ugandan can improve on this time and maybe move that into the Tokyo 2020.
I think in the finals we're going to be seeing faster times than what they have been having right now, because that's where they know it's make or do, it's do or die. We don't have another way.
wait for the confirmation of the times, 21.1, just slightly below the 20.4 time.
And right now, the athletes are setting in for the mixed relays, and hopefully we will have a team that is going to qualify here. They are the likes of Mary Mora, Joan Cherono, they're there. There is, I can't see them well.
The 400 4x4 mixed relay final. But here, it's open because they say the qualification time is open. So finished off.
Yeah, you're in. For AK Team C, we'll be having Evangeline McKenna Kadenya, Veronica Kamute Mutua, David Sanyek Kiparinte, Joseph Pogisio, and in AK Team B we'll be having Maureen Thomas, Naomi Coril.
Is this the reason as to why Maureen Thomas did not take part?
Now, no, they have a quick recovery system for them during their training, so that is not among the factors maybe. Yeah. And then we also have Jared Momanyi in Team AK Team B, Kevin Kiprotich Tonui also. And then in AK Team A we have Cleophas Kipruto, they'll be in lane 5, Helen Siombua Kali, Mary Mora, Emmanuel Kipkoril Korin.
Definitely, and each of them looking forward to earning that qualification time. So you can see them line up in different positions as stipulated for the relays.
Yes, the first group will be the one with Evangeline, and then we have in lane 6 we'll be having Gladys Musioki, Joan Cherono, Stanley Kieti, and William Ryan. In lane 7 we'll be having Anne Bada, Vivian Chebet, Edwin Kipiegon, and Joshua Ndombi. Here the qualification is open, so it will depend with how the world rankings will be for each team to make it. And AK likely is going to select the best 4 amongst the 5 teams.
Yes, AK is going to pick, and as we await for everything to be set for the race to begin. Remember, it is the second day of the national Olympic trials for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and
the starter for this race will be Coach Leting. Leting is based in Kapsabet. He works with Rosa. He is a veteran coach also. He's been working with the likes of Asbel Kiprop, the team that is there, and Katam will also be among the judges that will be among the judges of the race. There is also Tunui among the track judges, also preparing for the event.
Charity, we must admit of late we've had so much improvement in the sprints.
It's quite. I'm not sure, but we are heading there. We are not doing that well, but we are heading somewhere. Things are taking shape right now.
Having two sprinters qualify for the Olympics, no mean feat, especially coming from the side of Africa, where we are only known for the Midland long distance races.
Tunaye timu ya Athletics Kenya A ambayo inaongozwa na Jared Momanyi, na kwenye leni ya sita tuko na timu ya Athletics Kenya D. Tunawatakia kila laheri kwenye shindano hilo. Basi shindano limeanza maridadi kabisa. Kule mbele ni Athletics Kenya D ndiye inaongoza, ikifuatiwa na timu ya Athletics Kenya A. Athletics Kenya A yuko nafasi ya pili pale. Kule mbele ni Athletics Kenya D, na vile vile kuna Athletics Kenya B pia wanakuja hapo. Sasa mbio hizi za mita 400 wanakuja maridadi sasa. Athletics Kenya D wanakataa mbele, wanakuja Athletics Kenya A wanaongoza. Athletics Kenya D ndio hao, Athletics Kenya A na D. Kina dada wanatokea, ndio hivyo sasa, kila mmoja ni kupambana. Kule mbele kumbuka sasa ni akina dada, nizamu ya kina dada. Wanakuja timu ya Athletics Kenya A yuko kule mbele. Athletics Kenya A ndio inaongoza, wanakuja mita 200. Kumbuka kina dada ndio hao, mwashangilie jamani, hawawezi kupata muda bila kuwashangilia. Washangilie. Anakuja hapa Athletics Kenya A, Helen Sombua ndio huyu anakuja. Athletics Kenya A wanakuja Helen Sombua. Huku nyuma D wanapambana.
Athletics Kenya A wamechukua. Kule mbele ni A. Athletics Kenya A ndio anaongoza sasa. Mary Mora akiwakilisha Athletics Kenya A. Kumbuka tunaangalia muda.
Moved from the sprints, but she will be doing the 400 and 800 together.
Exactly, and
yeah.
that is in lane 5. That is the lane 5 leading.
Yeah.
Mary Mora, Helen Simbua, and Cleophas Kipruto. The bend that you always say that is so tough. It's very difficult for many people. There we go. Heading the last 100 meters. Mary Mora has completely destroyed this field.
You see, it's how you arrange your team. So you have to chase. So if one of the team member is slower, it's easier for you putting them in the middle.
Yes.
So that you can be, and then you put a faster athlete to recover. So the athlete that starts and the one that ends, you have to be strategic about them. That is where the trick is.
Athletics Kenya Team A will definitely take this home. They'll definitely take this home, as you can see.
That is Emmanuel Corel.
They qualify for the Tokyo Olympics. The finishing at a time of 16 seconds. That's quite impressive.
Wow, that was quite entertaining.
Followed by Athletics Case.
The qualification is open. And here is the selectors being led by the veteran coach, Julius Kirwa. They will decide who among the 4 athletes they will be taking. They will select from the various teams that have just ran here. Up next, after the mixed relays, it will be the 10,000 men final. We have a couple of athletes who have already qualified for the 27.800 qualifying time. We have men to watch. We have Ronex Kipruto, Rogers Kwemoi. I can see Kamurori is also in the final.
Remember, the qualification here is 27 minutes and 28 seconds. That is the second time.
Where there was really tough race between him and Haile Gebrselassie of Ethiopia. And today here, we are yet to witness the great Kenyans that have now lined up for the 10,000 meters. As they start, we shall also be letting you to know who actually are here today to ensure that they represent Kenya. They represent Kenya come to the Olympics in Tokyo in some few weeks' time. However, we'd like to say that we've started the good note. Remember, so far the event has already been done. In the morning we had a 20 kilometers walk for both men and the women. We've had the 200 meters. The javelin is on also, women. Javelin is on, going on. We also have shot put going on outside there. We've added the 200 meters men's semi-final, long jump also. We also now got had the 4 by 400 meters relay mix, which you've been told perhaps the national record has been shattered, but we are yet to get the official communication. And my colleague has just mentioned that we are ranked number 20 worldwide. So hopefully we shall get a team that will represent us. But now it is the 10,000 meters men. Ladies and gentlemen, it is imperative to note that here we have a galaxy over top runners here. We have our upcoming athletes, which of course they're taking over from Paul Traeger. Of course, in the 10,000 meters, we shall call great runners like the late Paul Coach, the late Paul Coach, the late Simon Muke, the late Samson Kimondo, the late Naftali Temo. If you can go to the Olympics so far, the only gold medal we've gotten that is in the year 1968. It has been so much elusive to us. Hopefully this year, definitely, hopefully busy. Now it's warm up now. Wale wanashiriki kwenye mbio za mita 10. Naona sasa mko tayari. That's the lineup, the 10,000 meters. We have Ronald Kibrito, Roger Pimoy, Bernard Kibet, Edward Chizerek, Vincent Kibet, Geoffrey Kamorel, Philemon Kiblimo, Daniel Mateo, Daniel Wainakamburu, Weldon Kikiri Lanat, Edwin Soy, the veteran, Paul Kimnatik Tanui, the Olympic silver medalist, Colin Kolos, Emmanuel Kibragat, Ronald Kiroy, Kimsan Temoy Alsek, Salomon Kiblimo Doit, Hilary Masok, Charles Monero Yosei, Vincent Kikirito, Ruben Lungosiwa, Frederick Maranga, Alfred Barkach, Kennedy Mutai, Vadik Churiot, Enos Kales, Abel Mutai, Peter Kamau, Kurov Moses Martin from Uganda, Nelson Mandela of Southern, Wilbert Kimitei, Alfred Kipsan Neno, and Cynthia Masimbe.
Na kwa raia mabingwa wote wako hapa, all the champions.
Remember in this particular way, all our eyes now are open. All our eyes are on Robert Kibrito, Roger Pimoy. Remember, Ronald Kibrito gave us the bronze in the World Championship that took place in the Doha. And here we also have the Olympic silver medalist, that's none other than Paul Tanui. And we also have the Cameroon Geoffrey, also named here. And as I remember, the national record for this championship is the docket of Paul Berger of 26-27. That is 26-27. That's the national record. And the qualifying time here, well, qualifying time is 27 minutes, 28 seconds. That's the qualifying time. And according to me here, I've seen we have, of course, Ronald Kibrito with a personal best of 26 minutes, 50 seconds, 0.16. We also, Roger Pimoy, 26 minutes, 53.36. Bernard Kibet, 27:19:42. Edward Chizerek, I remember Edward Chizerek, who trained in the United States of America, is here. He came all the way from the United States of America here to compete and of course get a slot to represent this country. And remember,
The best Kenya criteria is the first two to cross the line get automatic representation here. The third one will be decided by the technical bench. If of course he has met all the criteria required. Leading now is Ronald Kibruta here. Who's of course now the leading time here of 26:16. Ronald Kibruta, which is in Iten under Brancom in Iten, is here now close today. We also have Jobrika Moror here. Is now line 4 declared Jobrika Moror. And remember here, it is no one's game. It is a tough game here. Ladies and gentlemen, here, with all our eyes seeing whether we shall redeem ourselves right away from 96 states when Naftali Temo gave us a world, gave us a gold medal. Today, it has become elusive, as I said earlier. And in this particular event, there are people we need to recall. We need to remember the likes of Emelono, who broke the world record in 27:22. The late Samson Kimungo, 27:30. Jefferson Yes became, of course, the first man to go into the history book to have actually, to have done in fact 27. It's not, well, those are all the guys we need to call. The late Richard Chelimo, that his record only lived for only 5 days, 27:07. We've also had William Sigay also broke the world record in this particular event. And now this particular record is actually under the bucket of our neighbor from Uganda, of course, Cheptegei, 26:11. From Ethiopian, Kenenisa Bekele, 26:17. So today we're watching here. Well, that will, of course, will be shattered here. And remember, the altitude here is not that you can talk about, but here is where you have really top premier. What is Kibruta now? Leading. Paul Tanui. Now we have the Paul Tanui. Remember, as I said, all our eyes are watching. We have numbers. Boit now. Boit leading. Solomon Boit taking the lead. Solomon Boit taking the lead. There he is. Solomon Boit. And remember, as I said, all our eyes are on Ronald Kibruta, Roger Kwemoy, Edward Chuzurek, Joffrey Kamoror, Paul Tanui, Mburu, Stanley Waidaka. Those are the guys. And also the other upcoming artists. Behind there we have also Tumitei and all the guys in this particular event. We also have a veteran here, Edwin Soy. Of course, graduated from 5,000 now to 10,000. Okay, let me go take you back to our studio. Muziki.
Yeah.
bit. Yes, number 328. Kumbuka tunaposhuhudia shindano la mita 10, what comes into our mind is actually our great runners who have actually done us proud before. Right away from Nyandika Mayoro to the current generation here, Stanley Mburu Waithaka now leading, followed by Geoffrey Kamoro, Rogers Kwemoi. We also have Cheserek Edward in that. Ronald Kibruta now, who was leading now, he has of course decided also to lead, to let Stanley Mburu to lead now. Remember Stanley Mburu here also has a personal best of 27-27-0-0. So in this case, he is within the bracket after now. 15 laps to go now. That is the 10,000 meters. In that mix of about 10 athletes, I want to tell you we have Rogers Kwemoi, Geoffrey Kamoro, Stanley Mboro, Cheserek, Kibruta. I'm telling you the race is tough. I'm telling you the race is tough. I'm seeing now the former, the Olympic silver medalist, Tanui, is about number 12 or 13 there. Leading is Rhodes Kibruta now. Rhodes Kibruta, the world champion bronze medalist in Doha. Closely followed by Geoffrey Kamoro, Rogers Kwemoi. Telling you the race is tough here. Mzee wa kazi pale hivi Msoi is training the youngsters. 14 laps to go. Wacha nirudi kwa bendi yetu ya magereza tafadhali.
Asante sana ndani ya magereza. Basi kule mbele ni Jomri Kamororo, Ronet Kibruto, Rogers Kwemoi. Those are the guys I want to tell you. According to me, Rogers Kwemoi, remember he was also in the Commonwealth defending champion here. We also have here Ronet, we also have here Jomri Kamororo. These three guys here, the trio here, are the guys to watch. These are the guys that are likely, of course, to be in the Team Kenya. We're waiting to see, so long as they make all what is required of them. Remember the criteria, that things they have, of course, athlete integrity unit, ADAC, WADA, all that time. Jomri Kamororo taking the lead now. Ronet Kibruto, Rogers Kwemoi. Remember Jomri Kamororo who trains in Kaptagat. Ronet who trains in Item. Rogers Kwemoi who trains in Kaptagat. Remember Rogers Kwemoi and Kamororo. They're in the same camp. Kamororo now, you all can recall Jomri Kamororo, the World Cross Country, in the World Half Marathon, in the 10,000, he's been doing great. So here today, maybe the only medal is missing is to have the Olympic gold medal. And these are the guys. Perhaps they will redeem our great image that the late Naftali Temo gave us in 1968. Remember, in 1972, we came a losing. In 1976, we boycotted the Olympics. In 1980, we did boycott the Olympics. And that is the time where the great Henry Rono and the late Thompson Kimongwa, perhaps they could have done as proud that particular time. In 1984, it became also a losing. In 1988, the same. 1992 became also a losing. 1996 in Georgia, Atlanta, the same. In the year 2000, where Paul Tergat missed by whiskers, just missed, because that was a blanket finish with Ayla. And Ayla was given because he moved from behind. And I want to tell you, that was a great and a half, that was a race and a half. Kudos, Paul Tergat. Then now Jomri Kamororo, Rogers Kwemoi, and Ronet Kibruto. Moneria is also there. 6 laps to go now. Those are the guys who understand the importance of the Kaptagat forest. I remember there's very close relationship between the trees and our athletes, because of what they give out there to the trees and what they get from what they take from the trees. That's why Kaptagat is renowned. We have areas where athletes are training that Kaptagat. We also have the Bugari forest. We have also the Cherangani forest. And also the Gong forest, where quite a number of athletes are training. Nyaururu also, where the forest is, you can't miss athletes. Jomri Kamororo now, taking the lead. Rogers Kwemoi, remember Rogers Kwemoi is a national cross-country champion. National cross-country champion. That is Rogers Kwemoi now. Is watching. Where is Ronet? Ronet now. Is at a risk now here. Ronet, at a risk now here.
leading Geoffrey Cameron, Rogers Kwemoy. Naona Ronald Kibruta ametoka. Ronald Kibruta ametoka. Just in the fifth lap. Still leading is Geoffrey Cameron, Rogers Kwemoy. Remember, Geoffrey Cameron wins from Elgeyo Marakwet, Rogers Kwemoy wins from Trans Nzoia, the slopes of Mount Elgon. Geoffrey Cameron leading now. Geoffrey Cameron, Rogers Kwemoy.
Basi bado mambo yanazidi kupamba moto. Geoffrey Cameron bado yuko mbele katika shindano hilo la mita 10 laps, akifahamisha kwamba mizunguko ni 3 laps to go. We have 3 laps to go, na shindano linazidi kupamba moto kabisa. Kumbuka wadhamini wetu ni Lotto ambao ndio wadhamini wa mashindano haya ya kitaifa, na pia serikali yetu tukufu pia imeweza kudhamini mashindano haya, na tunashukuru kabisa kwa sababu ya udhamini wa serikali yetu tukufu, na vile vile kampuni hii mashuhuri ya Lotto ambao pia ni wadhamini wa mashindano haya ya Athletics Kenya. Mambo yanaendelea vizuri kabisa. Katika ile mbio ya relay, mixed relay, kulingana na mixed relay ni kwamba baada ya kuvunja rekodi ya Kenya, tayari sisi tumeruka kutoka nambari 20 hadi nambari 16 ulimwenguni. We are now ranked number 16, and tunaomba Mungu kwamba tubaki hapo ili vijana hawa waende kwa michezo ya Olimpiki. Lakini dirisha ikifungwa tarehe 29, tunaomba tarehe 29 ambapo ndio dirisha ya World Athletics itafungwa ama ya Olympics, basi tutakuwa ani ya timu ambazo zimefuzu kwa Olimpiki. Lakini kwa sasa tuko nambari 16 ulimwenguni baada ya kukimbia dakika 3 sekunde 16 na nukta 21. Belarus ndio walikuwa nambari 16. Basi mambo yanazidi kuendelea. Mwenzangu Tireni.
Basi kipindi cha Dar es Salaam, Geoffrey Cameron, Rogers Kwemoy, yuko pia Weldon Kipkirui Langat katika nafasi ya 3. Nafasi ya 4 ni Collins Kolos. Geoffrey Cameron, Rogers Kwemoy, 300 meters to go now. Geoffrey Cameron now taking the lead, closely followed by Rogers Kwemoy. Geoffrey Cameron, a sensational cross country and half marathon runner here. A 10,000. Geoffrey Cameron now coming for the last 200 meters. However, they still have the legs to run now. 150 meters to go now. That is Geoffrey Cameron, closely followed by Rogers Kwemoy. Remember the qualifying time is 27:28. Geoffrey Cameron, let's clap for him. Geoffrey Cameron, Geoffrey Cameron, coming very good. Geoffrey Cameron, Rogers Kwemoy, 27:00 inside. Geoffrey Kwemoy, well done, well done. Kipkirui Langat is coming now in the third spot. Well
done Kipkirui. Coming now in the third spot there, well done Kipkirui. And the fourth position is Colin Koros. Well done Kamaror, Geoffrey Kamaror, Roger Somoy. Well done Kipkirui Lanat. And we have also now coming here is Koros. Koros is coming very close in the fourth position now. Koros is coming now. And remember the qualifying time here, an official time of 27 minutes 17:07. I think in the history, today history has been written here.
The two have booked tickets to the 2022 Olympics.
You know, both of them are from Global.
Komarov won at a time of 27.01. That is 27 seconds. A long period.
Competed in this particular race. We saw Ronald Kemruta leading for quite some time, but eventually he actually go out of the race. And I want to tell you that race is tough, not easy. I want to commend all our athletes who have just taken part in the 10,000 meters today. And remember, they take the first two to cross the line, get the automatic slot. Of course, if they have attained all what is required of them. Otherwise, it has been a race and a half. And now I want to hand over to my colleague here, Steve Moniki, who's just been informing us that now 4x400 meters relay mix. We've now moved from number 12 to number 16. Perhaps we shall be the deadline of this month 29. Thank you very much, and may I please take over from there.
Mwanaume ni kumaliza.
Here is our brother come.
Long jump women wanahitajika. Long jump women wanahitajika uwanjani. Kama vile tulisema ni kwamba shindano hilo la mita 10,000 umeweza kumwona Geoffrey Kamoror, mwanariadha kutoka idara ya polisi, National Police Service. Nakumbuka Geoffrey Kamoror, yeye ni bingwa wa nyika wa mbio za cross country kule Kampala, Uganda mwaka 2017 na ni afisa wa idara yetu ya polisi, National Police Service, na leo ameweza kuwafurahisha mashabiki na kumaliza katika nafasi hiyo bora, lakini tunangoja official results kutoka kwa wale ambao wanahusika. Basi wanariadha, tangazo hili liwafikie wanariadha katika mashindano haya ya mbio za majaribio za Olimpiki. Wanariadha, ni kwamba chakula chenyu kiko tayari kabisa, na mnaomba mwende kule mlango nambari 19 muweze kupatiwa ile card, ile meal card mtapata head coach wa National Police Service Bwana Kirwa na head coach wa prison Bwana Gideon Chirchir, ndio watapatia wanariadha zile cards za meal card. Kwa hivyo mwende mlango nambari 19.
Basi tunasubiri pia shindano la triple jump upande wa kinadada hapa chini, na kule upande ule mwingine katika start line ni shindano la mita 400 kuruka viunzi. On this side, we have the triple jump women just about to start, and at the start line we have the 400 meters hurdles women final. Basi bila shaka mgeni wetu rasmi siku ya leo, naibu wa rais ambaye pia ni mpenzi wa riadha. Nakumbuka aliwahi kushiriki mara ya mwisho katika shindano la First Lady Marathon, shindano ambalo tunakaribia kuanza sasa ni shindano la mita 400 kuruka viunzi kinadada fainali. Kumbuka matangazo yote ambayo tunawaletea hapa ya washindi inangojea pia kuweza kuidhinishwa na wale officials ambao wanahusika. Waiting verification. Basi mgeni wetu rasmi katika shindano hili la mita 400 kuruka viunzi, washiriki ni kama ifuatavyo. Leni ya kwanza ni Jane Wangari Chege wa majeshi. Leni ya tatu ni Bridget Chela pia kutoka majeshi.
Taniangalia mimi. Congratulations, Geoffrey. How was the race for you? What was your strategy?
The race was great actually for me. It's a dream come true. Because
your lessons from Rio now as you're going to Tokyo?
We are gaining a lot of experience in the 10,000 meters, given that we ran an interesting time here. It reflects that we are training hard and we are on the right track. It gives me a lot of confidence that we are really going to do great than we have ever done.
Japan is going to be a bit humid. Are you worried about the humidity? How do you feel about it?
The weather really doesn't matter because we are going to cope with the training. We are going to adjust the training during the day. And I can say for sure we have no difficulties in
Perhaps in the morning, did you talk with Eliud? Because now he's in the marathon team, and you now in the 10,000.
Eliud has been really a great inspiration to me. He's a great mentor. Anytime your companies need to do a marathon, I always win. And now that he is here to give us a lot of support, it really gave us a lot of morale. That's why thank you.
Star 19 harakisha. Basi wamefika hapa na sekunde 58.42 na muda wa kufuzu ni sekunde 55.40. 55:40. That is the qualifying time for Olympic Games. Haya, tunakuja sasa shindano la mita 400 kuruka viunzi wanaume. First aiders watu ni wawili kule eneo stand nambari 13 na upande mwingine stand nambari 20. Kumbuka rekodi hii upande wa kinadada ya taifa hadi sasa inashikiliwa na Rose Tatamuya ambaye yuko hapa. Siku hizi yeye ni coach na pia mwimbaji. Rose Tatamuya. Rose, popote ulipo inua mkono tuweze kuona. Rose Tatamuya ndio huyo, ndio hadi sasa ndiye anashikilia rekodi ya taifa ya mbio hizi za mita 400 kuruka viunzi. Tunaingia sasa kwa shindano la wanaume ambao wanaoshiriki ni 7. we have to adjust the hurdles from female to male. Otherwise, a world record will be broken here. Ama namna gani Gatimba? Waweza kuacha wanaume waruke viunzi kimo cha kinadada, alafu rekodi ya dunia ivunjwe. Basi mgeni wetu rasmi katika shindano hili la kuruka viunzi mita 400 wanaume, washiriki ni kama ifuatavyo. Leni ya kwanza ni Vincent Kiplangat Koskei wa Magereza. Leni ya pili ni Peter Kidome toka Southern. Leni ya nne ni Kipkorir Rotich wa National Police. Leni ya tano ni Nicholas Kiprotich wa majeshi. Leni ya sita ni Wiseman Were pia kutoka majeshi. Leni ya saba ni William Bevi wa majeshi, na katika leni ya 8 ni Edward Ngonjiri pia kutoka majeshi. Kumbuka huyu kijana Wiseman Were katika leni ya 6 aliwakilisha nchi yetu ya Kenya kule Poland katika mashindano ya mbio za kupokezana, mbio za vijiti katika shindano la shuttle relay. Sasa kule Chief Inspector Sam Katam wa idara ya taifa ya polisi na hando hii bunduki sawa bila shaka, kusaidiana pale na Morgan, jina ya kinywaji maarufu. Anakuja Wiseman Were, kumbuka walituletea nishani ya shaba kule Poland katika shindano la shuttle relay. Haya anakuja hapa sasa Kidome Nicholas Kiprotich, Wiseman Were, alafu Kipkorir Rotich kutoka National Police. Sekunde 50.49, 50.49. Qualifying time for men 48.90 for Olympic Games. That is that. I now hand over to Boniface Gilem for steeplechase. 3,000 meters steeplechase women final. Huduma ya kwanza nafahamishwa ni Red Cross, lakini ni huduma ya kwanza, Nikisema St. John na nimekosea,
Kwa hivyo Red Cross hawaendi.
Huduma ya kwanza bila shaka ni Red Cross.
Basi mambo ni mazuri kabisa. Shindano la mita 10,000 kulikuwa na jadiliana na mwenzangu hapa Tiren ni kwamba muda ambao uliandikishwa dakika 27 sekunde 1.06 ni muda ambao haujawahi kukimbiliwa hapa nchini. That is the fastest time ever run on Kenyan soil, na ni muda wa kasi sana. Inaonekana vijana wetu wataanza kukimbia 26 hapa nyumbani. Kwa hivyo 27:01:06 we can say stadium record ya Nyayo na ya Moi International Sports Center, na vile vile muda wa kasi kabisa hapa nchini mwaka huu, na tangu riadha ianze hapa nchini. This is the fastest time ever posted on Kenyan soil. 27 minutes 1 second .06 is the fastest time ever recorded, but subject to ratification ya wale wanahusika Athletics Kenya officials ambao wanahusika. Lakini hii ni printout ambayo tumepatiwa kutoka katika meza ile yetu ya kompyuta kutuonyesha kwamba the first man which was Kamoror ambaye ni mwanariadha kutoka National Police Service ameandikisha muda wa kasi kabisa, the fastest time ever recorded on Kenyan soil. Na time hii has been recorded mbele ya Deputy President wa nchi yetu ambaye yuko hapa, na vile vile mbele ya mwanariadha shupavu Paul Target ambaye yeye mwenyewe ameweza kukimbia katika uwanja huu, na he can tell us, he can attest that this is one of the fastest time ever recorded on Kenyan soil, and this is the best ever 27:01:06. Mwenzangu Tireni.
Thank you very much, Steve Moniki, and my co-presenter here also, Patrick Mwangi. We are now ready to see the action in the 3,000 meters. If you are ready there, Tatama, I can come. If you are ready, letting please. You can signal us. If you are ready, Katam. If you are there, letting, do it. Letting, are you ready? Haya, washiriki wa mbio za mita 3,000 kuruka vizuizi na maji. Between the Quake, world record holder, Ivan Kieny, Kelvin Cheptol, Matthew Chepkirui, Roslyn Chemngetich, Fancy Cherono, Purity Kirui, Joyce Kimeli, Lea Cheruto, John Chepkemoi, Jacqueline Chepkoech, Betty Chepkemoi Kibet, Betty Chemeno, Joyce Munai, Agnes Tesang na Elizabeth Moeni. Basi shindano la mita 3 kuruka vizuizi na maji. Kumbuka katika shindano hili we have the world record holder, the world champion Chepkoech,
We also have Indian, former world champion and Olympic silver medalist in 2016 in Rio, is also here. We also have Selvin Chepkoech, a former world junior champion, former national record holder, also is there. Mercy Chepkirui is also there. Rosalyn Chemwetich, former world junior champion, is now on the second spot there. Chepkoech now leading. Rosalyn Chepkoech, Ivan in the third spot now. Remember, British Chepkoech is the record holder in this particular event, having of course returned 8 minutes 44, and I think no one is near there. We also have Ivan Kieni there, and remember in the World Championship in Doha, in the World Championship we had also some tough guy from America, the American lady. We also have now the Azerbaijan. Yeah, we are waiting to see. And remember, this particular event is, well, since it was started, we've been doing very well, except in 2016, where we lost to a Bahrainian, Kenyan-born Bahrainian, and of course, Ivan came second. Leading now is British Chepkoech. Ivan Kieni. There's also Leah Tibet there. Leah Tibet coming very close there. And remember, this particular race here belongs to us. We also have here Purity Kirui. We, of course, Purity Kirui won a ball in the Commonwealth Games in Scotland, and also now trying to make the Kenyan team. Remember the qualifying time. The qualifying time is 9 minutes 30 seconds. That is the qualifying time for the Olympics. And this season we have Chepkoech was of course 8:55, 8 minutes 55:38. Ivan Kieni 9:03:83. I watched Kieni actually when she tumbled in the water. She tumbled in one of the water jump, I think. I think that she could have actually done very well. Where Nora Cheruto won, but I think Kieni could have actually taken that lead. And as I said, our biggest threat here are none other than Americans. We have the Americans now. We are okay. When we're waiting this particular event when it's going on, may I share my colleague here, Stephen Maniki, to make some announcements.
Basi tangazo hili liwafikie wanariadha wafuatao. Baada ya mashindano ambayo yanafanyika leo, tutakuwa na rehearsal ya yale ambayo itatokea siku ya kesho. Kwa hivyo hii rehearsal itahusisha wanariadha wafuatao: Lilian Kasai, Helen Obiri, Agnes Tirop, Ferdinand Omanyala, vile vile Marco Tieno Odhiambo, Faith Chemngetich Kipyegon, Winnie Chebet. Wanaombwa kwamba baada ya mashindano haya waje hapa mbele ya main dais ili tuweze kuelezwa vile rehearsal itakuwako, na vile vile nimefahamishwa kwamba katika hiyo rehearsal bendi yetu ya magereza itakuwa ndani na pia kuna wale ambao watahusika. Lakini kwa sasa mizunguko ikiwa inabaki minne, wacha bendi watupatie muziki moja, bendi watupe ngoma moja, alafu Irene unaweza kuendelea.
Asante sana Bedi ya Magereza. Thank you very much. Now, 2 laps to go. Leading now, the world record holder, the world champion. Closely followed by Ivan Kieng, Olympic silver medalist. Remember, Kenya is a team, or this team is to watch the whole world, the eyes on this team. Lea Tibet, formerly 400 meters hurdle, graduating now from 400 meters hurdle, running the steeplechase now, line 4th. Leading, Chepkoech, Ivan, Jacqueline, Chepkoech. Remember number 1 is British Chepkoech. Ivan, Jacqueline Chepkoech in the 3rd spot now. Lea, Tibet. Tibet and Yejo sasa. The ball is gone now. Ivan Kieng, remember, former world champion and Olympic silver medalist. And of course,
The theme of the emotions was high and low. High for the ones going, low for the ones not going.
But one thing we have to agree is that the weather has been quite fair today, and that's why we've seen some of the good times posted by the likes of Commonwealth. Yesterday it was tricky because of the weather. It was quite cold.
It's like the sun was waiting for the events to get to end.
It becomes even better tomorrow on the final day.
Yes.
As we await for Beatrice Chepkoech and Ivan Kieng to come by. Looking forward to.
Beatrice is quite camera shy. I hope that today she will be able to give an interview.
Two questions, please. Yes.
Matayarisho yangu imekuwa mzuri. Tukielekea huko Olimpiki, mazoezi imekuwa sawa, sijakuwa na shida yoyote. Sasa leo ilikuwa tu ni kuqualify, but huko mbele sasa ndio kazi iko.
Bila shaka na umekuwa na victories, labda mmeambiana nini baada ya kuvuka ile line na kuhakikisha kwamba mmeshinda?
Hapa tu ilikuwa kuqualify because sisi wote tuko na qualification time. So ilikuwa tu ni kuqualify, si kuumiza mwili sana, but huko mbele sasa ndio tunaenda kukimbia.
Tunatarajia goal?
Yeah.
Asante.
Thank you.
You guys, where you are in the right place. The ambulance has the wrong number. Should not pass them. That is a fact. However, wait first. Let me help you also. Just under 20,000. This is a that one is for medical. This side is medical, this side is ambulance. So even if was supposed to come, but so the ambulance is anyway,
who makes it to the final list. It's a day that we'll see who makes it to the final list of the 2020 Tokyo team. Tomorrow is the final day, and from us here at Charity, it's been a very great day of action. We've seen so many athletes coming and trying out to book that ticket, but at last we've had some slots filled, the 10,000 meters, the 20 kilometers men walk, and ultimately the 3,000 meters steeplechase for women.
Yeah, for me the big disappointment was in the walk, the men walking race. For the walking race, I expected maybe Grace to make it and Washira. I confused the two because they are always together and they look like brothers. Actually, the banana is related to the other one. I thought we were going to be sending like 3 athletes again. And then for the 10,000 meters, Kamoror, yes, was expected to make it.